Hi, this is Wes from W Farmstead. We're going to be doing the maintenance on this Grasshopper 721 D2 um, mower. So it's got the 21 horsepower Kubota diesel engine, same engine as what's on our Grasshopper 321D that we have. But this one, I'm also it's the same aspect as if you watch the 321 video. Is Generally, when I'm doing the yearly maintenance on these, I take pressure washer and take and pressure wash these things off real good and clean them up real good and everything else. But we don't have water out here right now. So what I had to do was I had to take with and use compressed air and clean these out real good. Both of them, the 321 and this one, the 721D2. So on this one, I'm getting ready to grease this one. This one has 10 grease zerks on them. You have 3 on the deck for a 60-inch deck, 2 on the front spindles for the front wheels, 1 on the PTO shaft, okay, and then 1 on the front pillow block bearing. It's down there. Then there's 1 back here on the rear pillow block bearing for the PTO shaft, and then the 2 rear wheel bearings. So that's 10 of them. So this one right here, I'm going to go on and grease it, and then I'm going to change the oil on it. This one's in the same boat as with our 321. We've already, last year we changed the fuel filters on this. So the fuel filters have already been done. It's not time to change the hydraulic fluid and filters on it. The 321's the same way. We don't need to change the hydraulic fluid and filters on it. This one, we have been having an issue where this one is running right on the hot mark. When we're running during the summer, it gets rather warm here in Oklahoma, and it's been getting rather warm. So this one I'm going to have to pay a little bit more attention to. I'm going to have to, once I take and change the oil on it, I'm going to take and I need to take and flush the whole coolant system. And I'm going to take it a step farther. And on this one, I'm going to replace the upper and lower radiator hoses. And I'm going to replace the thermostat on this one too. So just to see if that helps. So I'll go over that a little bit more when I go through and do it. So right now I'm going to go on ahead and let's go on ahead and grease this puppy in a hurry. And then we'll go on ahead and change the oil in it and get that taken care of. So these are kind of fun to find. Nope. There it is right there. There we go. Figures. It's got to be on the inside. Sometimes these can be a pain to get into, especially when, there we go. Well, I thought I had it. You need to cut some of this out. You know that? Reason why that one's a pain is because it's got a that zerk is loose, so I have to tighten it up. All right. So with this 60-inch deck and the spindles, it's the same as like it is with the 321. What happens is you can tell when you need to grease it definitely. But like I said, generally every other mowing, I grease these spindles, make sure the spindles are greased. But you can tell because you can hear with the spindles and the deck tends to get a little bit louder when it definitely needs grease or when I haven't greased it every other mowing. Okay. So here in a minute, I'm going to have to lay down on this. So it's easier to put this lid back on. Get down here and grease. All right. There it is. Figures it's right down at the bottom. Okay. Okay, when you're greasing these pillow blocks, you only put in just a touch of oil. You get too much oil on them and it'll mess them up. Yeah, too much grease in them, excuse me. Nice catch, dear. There you go. Okay. Go. Oh, really? Yep. Okay. Now the last one here is the pillow block. The rear pillow block. There you go. That's all you need to do is just put a little bit in there. Okay. So there, we're done on that. So next thing we do is let's change oil on them. You can stop now. Okay. So here's the Grasshopper 721 D2. So what I'm getting ready to do is I'm getting ready to change oil on it. So what I use is Amsoil heavy duty diesel marine 15W40 oil. The reason why I use it is this is an older diesel engine. This engine is actually, this model is a 99 model. So they never knew about reduced geez, I can't carbon? Even. Yeah, no, not carbon. Oh, geez. Yeah, I'm getting too old. They don't know anything about ultra low sulfur diesel. Okay. This machine was made when sulfur was allowed to reign. Okay. So this one has the CI4 plus classification on it. Okay. Which is better than the CJ classification that the newer diesel engines have to run. And the reason why they do is because of the soot suspension, because of the EGRs and the DPFs and everything that just puts soot and garbage back into the engines. So, you know, it's one of those cut off your nose to spite your face type of things, but that's all right. That's neither here nor there. We just deal with it, deal with what we have. So, and Amsoil definitely is not a sponsor. I just use them and have used them for years. That's all this engine has had in it. In the 721, that's all the 321 has had in it. The SSV 75, when it gets changed, it'll have Amsoil in it. The only difference is that one's got a DPF and EGR, so it will have a different type of Amsoil. It'll have a CJ classification oil. Now, the little Kubota B2601 does not have an EGR or the DPF on it, so I'll run this heavy-duty type diesel marine oil in it. And same thing with the tractor. But I think here recently, this CJ or this CI4 Plus classification oil has gotten really expensive. And from what I remember, I went on ahead and bought some of the CJ classification oils, and it's really not a big deal. I don't get on some of these, I don't get enough hours on them in a year. So, and usually I change the oil on them every year. It's cheap really to change the oil. So, so I'm going to go on ahead and this one right here, I'm going to run this engine and transmission flush. And so every other year I do that in these, it basically cleans these engines out big time, cleans out all the oil passages and everything else. So what I have to do is once I put it in here, I've got to let the engine run for 10 minutes, and then I drain the oil after that. Okay. So let me go on ahead and put this one into this one. And yes, I've got the pole barn door closed for videoing. I can't talk this morning, for video purposes. So I'll open it up, open up that door, and yep, that's half a bottle. I'll open up that door and I'll start this thing up, and we'll let her run for about 10 minutes, and then we'll drain the oil on it. Okay. Okay. So I put that engine transmission flush into this one. So now I need to let it run for 10 minutes in this 721D2. I took off my watch. Now the big trick is, where did I put my watch? Ah, there it is. I actually found it really quick. Okay, so it's right now it's 2:50. So let me go on and get her started. Okay, so we'll go on ahead and let this run for 10 minutes, and then we'll change oil on this one in a hurry. Okay, so I'm loosening the drain plug. Everybody knows how to do that. But this one is a lot easier to get to than the 321. So this one's just the only thing that's a pain in the butt is this drive shaft that's right here. Loosen that up. Nose itching again, like usual. Okay. Now, a lot of times what I'll do with these is I'll take and it seems like the way these oil pans are on these, if I take and I lift up like this on the back end, seems like they tend to, yeah, see right now it's starting to drain out a lot faster. So my nose is itching again, but so it's going to be a little bit. It's starting to drip a little. See what happens if I take it up a little bit. See, it starts to go solid. It's got quite a bit of oil in there. Like I said, it's like 0.85 gallons. I know it's 0.75 to 0.85. I think somewhere in there. And so while that's draining, we'll go on ahead and take off the oil filter. Like I said, we'll back it off a little bit. Look down through, you can see the oil coming out a little bit. It was streaming a lot a minute ago, but a lot of it is streamed out of there. So let some of that oil go on and drain. All right. So while that's doing that, we'll go on and change the air filter in a hurry. Yeah, look at this one. This one's dirty too. Oh yeah. Not as bad as it could have been, but about like that one over there. We usually change them. Huh? Oh yeah. Okay. So we use the OEM filter. We always use the OEM filters on this. There's a filter number. Nice thing about them is they generally have the new washer. This washer is actually stuck on that one, and it needs to stay there since I got a new one. So, but nice thing about that is that washer can be used somewhere else some other time. I know, I tend to like to keep them. So I'll put that into there. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah, the box. It is the same part number. That's the OEM part number. Same part number for the 721 as it is for the 321.
No, these are not sponsored.
Yeah, no. Kubota is not a sponsor, but
You support them.
yeah, they, like I said, Neil from Messicks does he takes like 12 different brands of oil filters and cuts them. And you can just see how much better an OEM Kubota oil filter is made than others. Believe me, he did Napa Gold, Wicks, all those. So we've got 1274.6 hours. 1, 2, 7, 4.6. And that's 4, 1, 23. Oh, by the way, happy April Fools. Yeah, put the dates on them. I'll take and I will put a little bit of oil in them. I mean, just a little bit. I don't want to put much because it'll spill all over the place, but it just gets oil into the cartridge and it'll sink into the cartridge. There we go. Then I'll take that and rub the oil around the gasket. Okay. Now let's go on and take this one off. Okay. Okay. So basically I'm just cleaning the face of the engine block there where the oil filter goes on and making sure that the gasket didn't stay on there. So there we go. Hand tight as you can get it. Figures 1274.6. Got it in upside down last time I got them good. Okay. Now, it's still dripping a little bit, but that's okay. Okay. Let's get her good and snug. Now it's ready for oil. There we go. Get that hawk. There's a hawk going crazy outside. Hear it? Okay. First thing I did, didn't clean off the dipstick. So I got it before it got down there. Okay. Yeah, old cardboard boxes are perfect for using to get down on the ground. You know, big guys like me can't get under things with a rolly thingy. You know, I can't get under places with the rolly thingy. Start calling this big guy's farmstead. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. So it's time to turn it on and let it run for a minute, and then we'll recheck. So we'll give that a second before I check the oil on it. So with this one, it's the same thing. We aren't going to do anything with the blades right now. So I'll sharpen the blades later. So we have got to yet. This one does have overheating problems. So now that we got the oil change and stuff, we'll have another video where I'm going to take and I'm going to flush the antifreeze on here. And we're going with and then I'm going to change out the thermostat on here, and I'm going to change out the upper and lower radiator hoses on it too. So try and clean it out real good. Now, when I do it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with a Peak. I'll show you the new antifreeze we're going to be using. Well, come on, not there, it's up here. This is a 50/50, and no, Peak is not
A sponsor.
but this is a Peak final charge. It's a Pro Series 50/50. Goes for 1.5 million miles, or I forget, like 10 years, something like that. But this is designed for heavy duty diesel engines. So I forgot, diesels have they say something about a liquid sleeve. I don't know. I'm a moron, so don't listen to me.
You could do a quiz on that one.
Yeah, you could actually do a quiz on that. But this is designed for heavy duty diesel engines, tractors, and everything else. So we'll be doing that on this one, doing it on this one. We're going to do it on the 1920 out there, the Ford 1920, which I don't know if you can see it too well with the sun being as bright as it is. And eventually it'll go in this SSV 75 and the B2601 out there. But this is what we'll be using on these guys right here. Okay. What that one is. Okay. Let's see how that does. Give that a chance to drain down into the engine. I can't really complain about this. We've been cutting this 12 acres out here for a long time. This is a 1999 model, and we have basic breakdowns. You know, we have replaced the deck on this one. This is a new deck. But besides that, it's ran great. We have basic issues: belts break, drivetrain. The drivetrain have fiber discs, and every once in a while a fiber disc will break, so you have to replace that. The only other thing that's been happening here over the last, it's been about the last 8 years, it's been running on the ragged edge with the heat and everything. So it's been about the last, not 8 years, 4 years. So we're going to take and, like I said, we're going to go on and flush this cooling system and change out the thermostat. See if that takes care of it. So let's see how close I hit it. It looks like I was right on the mark. I'm just a hair under it. I'm good enough. Give it just a hair bit. I mean, not much. Like that. See how it did this time? Well, that's perfect. It's right on. Okay. So that's it. So that was changing the oil. I know is really exciting. So that's changing the oil on the 721. And this thing now has 1,274.6 hours on it. And that's how many hours it has of just mowing since 1999. So, all righty. Well, y'all have a good one. We appreciate you hanging around. Take care.